Happy Homebrew Wednesday, everybody. Elder P here with the younger P. And
Fresh P.
Yeah. From Under the Table Brewing. And we have a bottle of our stout here that we are going to try. We have not checked it for carbonation. This is the initial phase.
2.5 weeks in the bottle.
Yeah. We're both sort of excited about the last few weeks, what we've been doing. He got to stay home for a change for a week. I went on the road and went trout fishing in central Wisconsin. That was great. Had a great time. I shaved my goatee. So, anyway, I'm going to open this and see where we're at. There's carbon.
That sounds pretty good. I will admit that I've gotten into these just because I could.
Oh, you're telling me now that you've been tapping into this?
Shh. I told you I tried it. Oh yeah, that's much better.
Oh.
As soon as you crack it, you can smell the chocolate, and you can smell a touch of vanilla.
Yeah, I smell the vanilla.
And the coffee and the roast. And
oh yes,
the color is spot on. And there's carbonation. We've had some really warm weather here.
I like tasting the bubbles.
I like smelling the bubbles.
Yeah, you do.
So how about that, folks?
So,
nice mocha head.
Jet's heading for O'Hare. Birds are just loving it here.
Oh man, that is. It
is nice.
That's pretty awesome.
It's very pretty. Hey,
salute.
Cheers. That Ren likes it.
This is a little warm. Came straight out of my cellar, and it's probably mid to upper 60s lately.
Yeah, with the warmer.
And it was a little cooler today, so this one's probably sitting at 62. So it's a stout, right?
Right.
Yeah, the head's dying off a little bit. That's all right.
That's beautiful.
Man, if this was in a keg on nitro, that would be the spot. That'd be awesome. The color's right on.
Yeah, it could stand to be just a little.
The aroma's pretty good.
A little cooler. With a little chill into it, it would be a lot better. So go get a couple ice cubes.
Yes, drop a couple ice cubes. What else is happening?
Okay, we've got to make a trip over to Plainfield to see the new Chicago Brew Works facility.
That's the homebrew shop that I mentioned last week.
That's coming up, and if we can, maybe we can catch some footage over there and talk to the guys over there.
We missed the grand opening. It was last Saturday.
It's a nice place, and
their new digs are sweet, man.
They've got an incredible staff, very knowledgeable, and
great attitudes.
Yeah, and good quality products, so that's good. They've got a lot of all grainers using their sources. So we've been working in the garden. Got vegetables planted. A lot of rototilling done. We've been
had some rain. We had a little bit of a dry spell, and then we got hit the last couple of days. We've had some pretty good rain,
but it's not flooding.
But it's not flooding, so
yeah.
Additionally, there will be more episodes of the Journey to All Grain coming, so look for that. Be some more progress made. Got some clips from some of the catch the Elder P had last week. So we'll look a little bit at the fish haul, if you will, and I'll throw some shots of that in there. And we're going to do some brewing soon. I think we're going to brew this weekend.
Yeah. And we're also going to bottle up the limoncello.
We're going to bottle limoncello. We're going to bottle the apple wine that's been sitting. One of them's been sitting. We got 4 gallons of it since February, and the other one since
5 gallons from March.
Since St. Patty's Day.
So
both are finished. Both taste fantastic. We did the dry hop experiment. Those are great. Maybe we'll do a tasting video on that next week. Crack one of those open. What else?
I've been invited to go fishing in New Zealand.
Yeah. What's up, Snafu 44? Shout outs to the new subscribers. We are almost at 100 and pretty stoked about that. Also, we're gonna do a double brew day.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna try to do some footage of that. So my dad's gonna brew one. I'm gonna brew one. We're gonna brew the same beer, and
Twist it a little different.
Both do something a little bit differently. So that should be fun. Just got a little prep work to do for that, and then we'll get that on. And hopefully shoot some film. My voice is a little trashed. I'm in a band.
He's a drummer.
I'm a drummer, and I'm
Vocalist.
also doing some vocals, and sang pretty hard on Saturday night. So still recovering from that, but it was a great show, great turnout. People enjoyed it.
And I've been 3 days back at work now, and I'm still trying to sober up from last week's fishing trip. So, anyway.
Tasting notes on this. You got any? Puka and C. This is the stout we've kind of been chatting about a little bit. So this is the oatmeal coffee chocolate milk stout. It's what do you think?
I think it's real good. I don't like a real sweet stout, and this is not sweet. It is smooth,
Extremely.
but there's a little bit of back kick on the taste. I can't quite.
There's a I think there's a bitterness, like a little bit of an astringency from the coffee, and I did up the hop additions. I did put an extra half ounce of Columbus in there.
That could be.
And I think that added a bit of bitterness. And I put that in early in the boil, and I think that just added a bit more bitterness. But I was trying to counteract the lactose, which it definitely shines through. You can get the milk.
You
get the milk stout from this, but also from the oatmeal.
Yeah.
So I think the most of the mouthfeel here.
So it's breakfast in a bottle.
It's breakfast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, next time we'll put a little raisin and walnut.
The smell is different than I thought it would be. The aroma is more almost like alcohol. A little bit.
Yeah.
But it's not over the top. But I mean, it's like a coffee. It's almost like Kahlua.
Mm-hmm.
It's what it reminds me of. Like the smell from Kahlua, you can smell the alcohol, but you also get the coffee notes out of it. So that's cool. Been watching everybody's videos. They're great.
Yeah, it's
cheers to all the Homebrew Wednesday community.
I had a real hard time trying to catch any last week because the service in the area where I was really poor. I racked up a lot of extended data usage, and
probably in trouble.
No, I took care of it.
I always in trouble.
The service was very good about taking care of it for me. I talked to.
Does it pay to complain?
Company. Yes.
I hear from Mr. Snafu 44 that it pays to complain.
Yeah. Well, I did this case. So.
All right, check it out.
Yeah.
All right, so here we go. We're gonna go for a little walk.
This is Rose Acacia. Right here.
This isn't. This is an iris.
This is in the locust family.
What do you got there?
This is in the locust family, and this is Rose Acacia, and it's a plant that my grandmother or grandmother put this in years ago. The property was bought by my great-grandfather back in 1926, and it's been in the family since. My father, at the age of 6, came here and grew up on this property, and they had a truck garden instead of a field that was all planted in produce, vegetables, and they sold that. Anyway, back in 1985, we came out here.
Before my time. In 85, I was.
You were about
I was around.
9 or 10
I was
years
9.
old? Yeah. So you came, and this is where you grew up, for the most part.
And this is where my kids are growing up.
Yeah.
So my kids are actually the 5th generation to hang out here and grow up. So my great-great-grandfather, my great-grandparents, my grandparent, my dad, my grandpa, and my dad, and
yourself.
myself.
Yeah.
So and my kids. So All right, we're out in the hop yard, and we got some progress. The hops are loving the rain, as they should, and we're going to be doing some training. But the weeds are also coming up. So check it out, folks. This is the. I'm going to start down here with this little guy. This is the Willamette, and got a little bit of a frostbite, but springing back. Some of the other little shoots that were coming up are gone, but
Really had a major setback
Yeah.
in the initial phase, so we're
Yeah.
light years behind a lot of the other guys.
yeah. So some of the other guys are, but there's the. This one here is the Cascade, and it's shooting up nicely. We're gonna have a couple nice vines going up there. Centennial, got a real nice one. I don't see a second one yet, but we'll see. Fingers crossed. Tettnanger, coming along nicely. It was pretty small last time I checked. Northern Brewer is the one that probably took the biggest hit.
But it took a great jump.
Yeah, and
just
it's
in the last 2 days.
last couple days it's springing back. So I think
This one's going
she's
crazy.
gonna snap back. And then this is the Nugget. This is the bad boy, and already coming up. And training has been a little easy on this guy. He's ready to go, taking off.
Okay, so we have string tied up in bundles at the top so that we can then extend out the poles. We'll loosen them up and then tie them up at the right height. We don't think we'll go much higher than maybe 12 feet this year because they're getting such a slow start. We don't know how far they'll grow this year, but you know, we're shooting for next year. So
For sure. And fingers crossed that we'll get some progress this year. See something.
Yep. This is the plum tree.
These are irises here. Again.
Iris. A lot of weeds to do. We've got
This
a
is
lot
the
of
plum
grass
tree.
to mow and a lot of. I just mowed
It never ends.
long ago. Seems like I can't keep up with it. This is an English walnut. This one here. We lost 2 ash trees to the emerald ash borer this year. Anyway,
That's going to conclude this week's, guys. Happy Homebrew Wednesday.
yeah. Cheers.
Cheers. See you next time.
Yep. As a special treat for myself, after a successful day of trout fishing the streams, I am going to enjoy this beer. Highly recommended by Nathan, my son, the younger. I don't know what to expect, but I do know it's a 9.4 ABV and all about the hops. Green Flash. Wish I had a regular beer glass. But, oh, that's pretty. My goodness.